So y'all know they about to hit us with some blackface skits, right? These people are mad about this Druski skit. They pissed. Just know they finna come with a blackface skit. They finna come left and right with these blackface skits. But y'all don't feed into it. Don't react to it. Don't give them what they want.
I knew this was coming. Those W conservatives are raging mad and they want revenge. They want revenge on Druski because Druski made that skit on Erica Kurt and he was spot on. And a lot of W folks on the radical left were celebrating. They thought it was funny. To me, the skit was real funny, but a lot of those radical conservatives didn't think it was funny, even though they celebrated January 6th when they stormed D.C., even though they celebrated George Floyd. They thought it was funny when he had a knee on his neck. They thought they made excuses for Tamir Rice. They had all kinds of excuses for everything that happened to us, right? And now they saying that they want to do blackface. And we know that this was a skit that even W folks thought was funny, where we know what blackface was and how they was depicting the black man, right? We know what that was about, but they want to invoke blackface now, where they've been controlling our image for forever, right? But they're upset because Druski came out, and remember he did this.
We're praying for all the soldiers and troops.
That's great that you're praying, but
how about all the kids that died when the USA hit the towers?
It broke my heart. That is the
In what ways have you grown closer to Jesus?
I serve a righteous God. And that is why we say our prayers. And we are all his children. But when I say children, I mean like the holy blessed Trinity, which is why I hold the Bible. Sweet cream foam chai ice matcha.
okay.
And Bella will have all organic pop cup.
Organic.
Yes, everything organic. We have to protect all men in America, especially all white men in America. Those are the boys that we care about in this country. America is built on their backs. Yes, because they are the ones who mattered most.
Let me tell you something. That skit was so effective that it got almost 100 million views. Now, mind you, he has about 15 million views on Instagram, but that video almost got almost at 100 million, right? People from all over the world was watching that, and so many W women thought it was funny. They were celebrating it because what I learned was a lot of women don't like Erica Kurt. A lot of women, this is just people online, they thought that she was faking. Man, listen, there's a lot of people that's not feeling her and feeling that whole TP USA. They wasn't feeling Charlie Kirk, and they're voicing their opinion on this. This ain't even black folks, but this thing has caught so much steam that even the president of the United States spoke on this, to the point where he was alluding to that she should sue, right? And she should sue Druski for doing that skit.
A thing called Happy Easter. Do we have that? Everyone happy? Anybody that doesn't want, hello, darling. Wow, this is a good table. I like that table. You're doing well, right? Okay. I think you should sue him, but I told her, you ought to sue somebody. They're so jealous of Erica. I said, you ought to sue their... I can say it, you're not allowed to say this. You have to be nicer. Sue their ass off.
So you have a lot of people that's upset and they want revenge. Now you have this guy, Matt Rife, right? He's media trained and he took to social media. He said the Druski skit situation is funny to me. The skit is hilarious. People being offended need to grow up. But everyone defending the skit also needs to keep that same energy about all comedy. Don't go crying next time a bit upsets you personally. If jokes shake you to your soul so deeply, consider that you may be an emotionally underdeveloped human, not fit for life. This world needs comedy, love, right? So now he puts that, but then Jake Paul, man, this dude, like he just came with it because they're upset, they're livid. He went on to a podcast, man, and he said this.
I want to ask you something because I've been over the last couple of days calling makeup artists, and I was gonna do a response to this and like go and do like the full on
Darker?
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
and do it and just do it back, because why not?
Yeah.
Like, are we on the same playing field? Like,
I think if there's a way to do it, singing in well, even this sentence. But if there's a way to do it, I've been here many times. If there's a way to do it, I think there needs to be some Black support for the character, I think. Like I'm saying, like say if Druski or I'm trying to think of somebody else.
Charles Barkley.
If you got one of those guys to be like, hey, Theo, I want you to do this skit with me. Let's do this.
But still, that's pussying out.
You think it is?
Yeah.
To me, there's a level of like,
Doesn't that make us more like prejudice?
like more prejudice?
That makes us, if we have to partner with someone. Druski just dropped this.
And he's done it a couple of times,
Exactly. I love it. This is great. This is how humans should be.
I agree.
We should make fun of each other. And I don't see in color, I see in truth and comedy. So like, what are we talking about?
So you're saying
what era are we living in?
Dude, Justin Trudeau did, and he's freaking dating Katy Perry. You see that, Justin Trudeau, the mayor of freaking Canada?
I was just with them.
No, you were not.
Yeah, at the JP Morgan summit.
He was B-facing. Look at him right there in the middle. Look at the one in the hat in the middle.
He got caught for this before?
Yeah, look how dark he went. I mean, he went.
But to be fair, that picture's in black and white.
So they was looking for support to see how they said they would have to get some Black support. And so they went to their Rolodex to look through names to see who they can get the support. And guess who they named? Charles Barkley. We said, we'll get Charles. If we can get Charles on board, then maybe it could. They know they out of pocket. They know it's not right. Right? Because they know it's not an equivalence, right? Because there's certain things that you don't do, right? And it's the thing. W folks' history in this country, y'all have a history of unaliving Black people, enslaving Black people, unaliving Native Americans, enslaving Native Americans. So it's unfortunate that you have to be mad at your grandparents and great-grandparents and great-great-grandparents. They're the ones that's responsible for why some of you guys are the butt of the jokes now, because for hundreds and hundreds of years, we was the butt of the jokes and part of the noose. We was part of all that, right? So now y'all just get joked on and you can't even handle it, right? But you do have some W folks, right, that's calling out the other W's for being upset and being butthurt, right? So now, like, this whole thing is just funny, man. Check it out.
His impersonation was spot on. So spot on that she wants to sue Druski for defamation of character. But she was willing to forgive Charlie's K-I-L-L-E. One of them's doing the Lord's work, and it ain't her.
The double standard in America is wild because you have a Black man who's mocking Erica Kirk, dressing up as her in drag. But if a white person was to ever dress up as a Black person in drag, they would be called racist. They would be called every name in the book because they're white dressing up as a Black person. But unfortunately, in today's time, it's okay to mock white people, but never Black people.
Oh, Jake, hundreds of white women are mocking Erica Kirk online. It's called internet humor. But a Black man does it, and suddenly conservatives are writing essays about double standards. That tells on itself a little bit. The double standard argument always skips context. A comedian portraying Erica Kirk is mocking a public figure's behaviors and rhetoric, not mocking her whiteness itself. And that's why it lands differently than blackface, which has a very specific history tied to degrading Black people through racist caricature. And let's not pretend that conservatives are unfamiliar with costume-based mockery. Half of political TikTok is filled with people throwing on blue wigs, fake nose rings, exaggerated vocal fry, and liberal girl voices, just to try to parody Democrats every single day. Looking at you, Greg and Peach. Also, if you want to talk about how blackface goes over in modern America, ask Lily Gaddis how that went for her. Turns out, history does still matter. Mocking politics is not the same as reviving racist imagery.
So it's funny that they're being called out. They're being called out by the W folks on the radical left. They think it's real funny, and they're calling it out. And they're the ones exposing the racism of W folks, right? They're saying, listen, this is what it is. They know who they are, and they know what they've been responsible for, and they know what they've been doing, right? So now when you have a Jake Paul, that other dude, these guys been MAGA. Right, so now they're trying to find a way where they can where they can do a blackface, but there's no way to do blackface without invoking racism. We know what. So you get a man that's eating chicken and watermelon. We know that that's all racist. We know that that's all Coon and Sambo depictions of black people, right? We know what that's a representation of. So how are you going to do that? That came from your people, right? That came from your people. But then you got this other dude that I can't stand, the Schultz dude, comedian that Charlamagne likes to hang with, right? He thought that the sketch was funny, right? And he said this.
A pure comedy sketch got the internet going crazy. How long has it been?
What, 10 days? When did it come out? Last week? Right?
No, I mean, how long has it been since you've seen it?
Since I seen somebody rob people up with comedy sketch?
That's with a comedy sketch or even a stand-up bit.
I think since Chappelle, really.
What does Chappelle do?
Chappelle's not political though. They're social.
But right? Like, what did he do? Like, he just said Israel or something? Like,
I mean, but some people found it funny. Some people were outraged.
This is silly the whole time and trying to make people laugh the whole time. It wasn't like, here is a political statement that, a large swath of the internet agrees with, and then there's a part of the internet that doesn't agree with it, right? Like, this is just, I'm going to be silly, and people are angry at silly.
If I was Eric Kirk, I'd be offended at all the conservatives.
Why? What are they saying?
Because y'all think I look like this? This man did not say anything. This man did not say my name. Okay? This is how y'all think I look. This is how y'all think I act. Y'all coming to my defense saying how up it is that he's doing this to a widow. Why the y'all think this is me?
Yeah, that's funny.
You know what I'm saying? I'm getting on Ozempic immediately if I'm Eric Kirk. Like, and by the way, I promise you, when I saw the other two videos, who are the other women, Chris? And there's another woman I saw acting just like Druski, bro. And she's a conservative woman. Same size, build, and everything.
Margie Taylor Greene.
There she go. What's her name? Kat Kamak?
Kimberly.
There's gotta be AI, bro.
No! I never heard of this woman. I thought this was Druski, bro.
Oh, wow.
And she's talking at, what is this? What is the YR? What is
Young
this?
Republicans?
Young Republicans. Kat Kamak.
She barefoot?
That's who I think Druski saw, bro.
But he's not talking about their opinions that they have. He's just saying what they look like and how they behave.
And you can't say that he's wrong when you look at the video of the chick cat, right?
You could say whatever you want, but now you're getting angry at comedy. Like, when people get angry at comedy or angry at any form of art, it's just kind of silly, right? Because it's like it's like being angry at a painting.
Listen, I told
you know what I mean? Like, what are we doing over here? He's like clearly not being serious.
Now, there's a war going on between the radical right and radical left, man. And Druski, he just dropped himself right down in between there. We know that there's been bodies falling, right? People have been unalived in Minnesota and different places, right? People have been being hurt in the last 8 years. There's been a lot of violence behind the scenes, even assassination attempts on Trump. All kinds of stuff that's going on. Charlie Kirk being unalived. So you got the radical right, the radical left, and there's a lot of radical stuff going because they're trying to push their narratives, right? The Democrats, they have an agenda that they want to push. The Republicans have an agenda. And there's bodies falling and bullets flying when it comes to this kind of stuff, right? So a lot of people feel like she should have been home mourning. She came out, took over TP USA. She coming out dancing and, they're just imitating her, right? And a lot of W's are upset because these people are radicals, man. They're radicals. And I want people to understand something. Don't just think right? I'm talking to black folks. Don't just think that the Democrats are the only ones that's racist or radical. Man, the radical left is just as hardcore. They just put their arm around you, act like they're your friend, right? So nah, man, you know, they want revenge. They want to come back out. They want to come out now. They want to come out with all the smoke. But y'all gotta let me know what y'all think. Do y'all think that it's okay for them to come out with blackface because Druski did this sketch? Let me know what you think, man. If you made it this far in the video, hit that like button, subscribe to Street Media TV, leave your comments in the comment section. Remember, I love y'all. Till the next time, peace.